In Uncanny X-Men, Hunts Point, the Bronx, we find none other than Lucas Bishop, as if you chase any conspiracy long enough, you're liable to find Lucas Bishop already there. Lucas Bishop left the X-Men some time ago, as right now, he's in hot pursuit of Dark Beast. Dark Beast is a fucked up version of Hank McCoy from an alternate world. But that doesn't matter right now, as Bishop observes these guys breaking into this building he's been surveilling. Bishop busts in the building, but it's seemingly too late, as his target has already been eliminated and burned to a crisp. Bishop secures the perimeter and then proceeds to gather clues, only to come to the conclusion that it was not Dark Beast that did this. Long Island City, Queens, a day ago. We find Bishop as he follows the clues to this abandoned CCTV station. As Bishop enters the station, he's attacked by some robot humanoid-looking thing, so Bishop fills him full of holes. Upon further inspection, he comes to the conclusion that this is a robot, and he starts wondering where the hell is he really. As Bishop continues through the facility, he comes to a steel door in which he hears some commotion on the other side. Bishop enters the room, only to be blasted. Whoever set this trap was not expecting Bishop, as Bishop can absorb energy and rechannel it for his own purposes. Bishop blasts through the door, only to find Sugarman. Apparently, Sugarman is the only living refugee from the alternate world that Dark Beast is from. He's crazy, dangerous, and freaky as hell, but what's most alarming is he's actually terrified. But as Bishop is attempting to get some answers, he gets shot in the back and subsequently incapacitated. Bishop wakes up several hours later to the beeping of his wrist tech, which is actually a cataclysmic event tracker. The tracker tells him Midtown Manhattan. Bishop doesn't know what's coming or if he's even ready for it. Nevertheless, he wasn't even able to save Sugarman. In Midtown Manhattan, we find Jean Grey as she's sitting down listening to the news. Jean Grey is joined by this older woman, and the two ladies proceed to have a conversation. The older lady states she doesn't necessarily like the news because it's always so negative. The older lady states it's one horrible thing after another, from us breaking the planet with our ceaseless expansion and our endless wars, the corporations growing and rising up and having too much power to the point where no one can keep them in check, and us as a species turning a blind eye to all the atrocities as long as it's not happening to us. Jean Grey and the older lady conversate for a while, and as Jean Grey is lost in thought, the older lady mysteriously disappears. But as the older lady disappears, Aurora arrives, asking Jean if she's so late that has she started talking to herself. But as the two ladies are conversating, a mysterious man falls through the roof and then proceeds to try to blast Jean with a massive energy beam. Storm pushes Jean out the way, but next thing you know, Jean gets shot in the back by another human that seems to have manifested powers out of nowhere. All the people in the area start manifesting powers and then proceed to converge on Storm and Jean. Elsewhere in the Midtown sewers, we see Anoli in armor as Kitty Pryde has sent them down into the sewers to track down an alleged sewer monster. But as the two are investigating, they get ambushed by none other than Dark Beast. Anoli gets tackled and grabbed by Dark Beast. But luckily for Anoli, Armor knocks him off before grabbing Dark Beast and pinning him to a wall. But Dark Beast grabs a vial from his utility belt and then proceeds to inject it in Armor's manifestation. Now this disrupts Armor's mutant ability and gives Dark Beast enough time to break free and escape. Now Dark Beast runs off yelling, "I will not let him bring me back," but the two X-Men have bigger trouble. Because on the surface, they see the X-Men duking it out with a group of people who suddenly just manifested powers out of nowhere. Jean Grey can sense that someone is controlling these people, but unfortunately, there's a powerful telepathic block in place, and she can't get a fix on them. But in the midst of all the chaos, someone starts communicating to Jean through the civilians. They tell Jean that they don't want to hurt the X-Men, and they weren't their primary target, they just accidentally got in their crosshairs. Whoever this mysterious person is, they plead with Jean to stand down. They tell Jean that you were with him, so they simply got confused at the moment. Now this mysterious figure pleads with Jean Grey, and he informs her that the world is in danger. And if they don't stand down, they don't know when they'll get another chance to try to save it, or if they'll get another chance. As the X-Men attempt to deal with the chaos, Jean sees the old lady that she was talking to earlier. Unfortunately, in the midst of an explosion, a building collapses, seemingly killing the old lady. Now, just as quickly as everybody manifested powers and the chaos started unfolding, it's seemingly all over just like that. Now, Jean Grey holds the old lady as she's still trying to piece together what happened as the X-Men are pulling the civilians from the rubble. Meanwhile, Bishop looks at his cataclysmic event tracker, as right now, it's completely dead. No news, no warning. Bishop is not sure if things are okay right now or if he should be increasingly concerned. Storm asks Bishop if he's okay as Bishop looked concerned, but Bishop simply states he's looking into a lot of things and as soon as he knows, they will know. Meanwhile, as Jean holds the deceased older lady, something watches her from the shadows, stating that this is only the beginning. To be continued.